Atlanta is a relatively young city by historic standards, started as a watering hole for railroad workers in the early 1800s. Its first name was Terminus, for the termination point of the Atlantic and Western Railroads. It was changed briefly to Marthasville after the name of the daughter of a former governor, then to Atlanta after the railroad of like name. The city was a stronghold of the Confederacy during the Civil War, and in 1864, after one of the bloodiest battles of the war, Union General William T. Sherman marched to Atlanta, defeated the army, ordered everyone out of the city, and burned it to the ground. Almost immediately after, the city began to rebuild, and throughout the 19th and 20th century became the commercial center of the South. It is now headquarters to more Fortune 500 companies than any other city in the South.
James Oglethorpe was a leading humanitarian and worked to reduce the terrible working conditions of sailors. He worked with the Yamakran natives to negotiate land and alliances. He also wanted societal equality, a secular government, prohibition of alcohol and slavery, and enlightened ideas. Everyone received between 50 and 500 acres, based on how many indentured servants you owned. The economy was largely based on producing indigo, rice, sugar, tobacco, cotton, corn, vegetables, grain, fruit, and livestock. Coastal settlements, marshes, beaches, sandy hills, and wiregrass fields were the most common land features, making Georgia a very flat state. Many castles and structures built during wars between Spanish and English colonizers were left in Georgia. Even though the main church in Georgia was Anglican, it was not the official religion of the state. Christianity was the most prominent religion, but Georgia itself had no official religion for everyone. Settlers came from the British Isles, Northern Europe, the Mediterranean, Africa, the Caribbean, and a host of American colonies. Most were whites coming to gain land that had recently been bought from natives. Britain also sent over people who had been imprisoned by debt, who were called debtors. Georgia was a corporate charter, granted to James Oglethorpe by King George II on April 21, 1732, and to this day it is celebrated as Georgia Day.